Hi everyone, Bifties here. Welcome to my Exile. This is not a build guide video. I might have 200 hours in the game, but I certainly don't think that I'm ready to start suggesting builds to anybody. But I thought I'd put this video out there for anybody that is struggling or stuck or not enjoying the campaign because they can't find a build that works for them. The video that you're watching now is my Witch Hunter and is built almost entirely around Galvanic Shards. It's a lightning ammo, and it pretty much turns the mercenary into a shotgun blasting monster exploding build. It's a lot of fun and it's quite easy to use. I find it rather satisfying, and I think that I've struggled to find classes or skills that I find particularly satisfying, whereas this one I do. And I completed the campaign last night. This is the first and only map that I've done on endgame because it was rather late last night. I do have a witch that I've taken all the way through, and I think that that could be another not a build guide video for you. But I thought I'd start with this one because I think that for people that may be struggling to get into the game, haven't enjoyed it as much, maybe think that it's too hard, then I think this could actually be the build for you. It's pretty simple. You're going to take Galvanic Shards as soon as you're able to. You'll have to play a few levels until then, but because you're going to be basing the class around that ammo and therefore it's a projectile, then what you're going to do in the passive tree is you're just going to search at the very beginning. As soon as you start your build, once you get to the very first town, go into the passive tree and just search the word projectile. Once you've got that in at the beginning of every play session, then it's really going to lead you in what direction you need to go and what passives that you need to take. You can watch my other guides on passives and starting out if you want some other tips, because it's really early, but perhaps you've already got a mercenary, it's a little way in, you could do a quick respec, it shouldn't be too difficult. Search the word projectiles. You can also check out searching crossbow, you can search lightning, and you can search unique. Now, unique will help you with the bosses later on, but that's on the outer edge of the passive tree, so you don't have to worry about that early on. Lightning is directly opposite it, and that will give you a certain path that you can take to get to the rare and unique passives. Or you can just search projectiles and that will take you in a slightly different route. If you're going purely projectiles, then you'll find that you're improving on your ability to clear maps. But if at any point you feel like you're struggling to kill any bosses, certainly this is more of a clear build than it is a boss build. But if you find that you're struggling with any of the bosses, then you might want to get yourself down to the lightning and unique passives, and that will help you there in that area. I've found that it's a bit more fun, I think it's more fun anyway, to have a clear build as opposed to a boss build, because you really want to be getting through the maps. Endgame is mostly maps, and to be honest, campaign is mostly maps. I think you find more bosses in the campaign maybe than you do certainly in early endgame from what I've seen, but I know that the recent patch has slightly increased that, so I've got to wait and see how I get on with that. But like I said, go into the passive tree and search projectiles, and that will lead you in exactly the route that you need to take. You can completely focus on that. And if you check out, as I said, my passive video, it would suggest to you that if you don't want a major node, then don't take any of the minor nodes. Go watch the video and that'll explain it even further for you. But you're going to be taking Galvanic Shards as soon as you get it. Until you can get that, take any ammo that's available to you and try them all out, because you never know, you might actually find something that goes really well with this build. It's certainly not an optimized build. The gear that I'm carrying, or that I've got at the end of completing the campaign, I have 2 items that are corrupted, that have sockets and are maxed out. But all of my other gear, I think, only has 3 stats on it. It's only halfway to max, doesn't have any sockets, and obviously isn't corrupted yet. I did take 2 rings that add lightning damage. I don't know if that's optimized, but it seemed to go well with Galvanic Shards. Now, the shards actually give you 40% of physical damage as lightning. So it may well be that actually what you want to do is prioritize physical damage over lightning. I didn't do that, so you can probably improve upon this. It's not optimized in any way, like I said, with how to do the passives. I'm kind of keeping to a very simple rule, which you can do, and it will get you through the campaign, and it will allow for a lot of fun. Like I said, it's not optimized for bosses, so you might find that you have to make a few attempts at bosses, but I don't think that that's a terrible thing. If you want a game to be incredibly easy, then you can certainly go different routes. You can look up full builds online. All the experts know far more than me. I'm only putting this out there because I think it's a decent suggestion for anybody that isn't enjoying the game or is struggling with a campaign. I think it's a lot of fun. You're going to be taking Herald of Thunder in order to get the lightning that's coming down when I kill things. And you've also got Herald of Ash, which will explode anything that you overkill. As you can see here, I'm taking on a yellow. It's a little bit slower, but it's still a lot of fun, whereas all of the normal mobs are being exploded really simply. The Witch Hunter is the way that I would suggest that you go with this build. The Mercenary can be done in 2 ways, and I think you either have to focus on grenades or on the crossbow. I've got a Gemling Legionnaire grenade build, and he is incredibly effective. He'll take bosses down really, really quickly. That's a build that I found on Max Roll, so go check that out. That's really simple for you. But I did find it a little bit monotonous with doing grenades, and actually map clear is probably a little bit more effort with the grenades, although it's total overkill. I think I'm having to try harder, whereas here it's just fun. I ran through all of Act 2 and Act 3 on crawl in one night, and I was enjoying all of it. There was absolutely, it didn't feel at all of a grind for me. I wasn't forcing it. If ever I feel like I'm forcing it, then I instantly stop and I switch to one of my other classes. I don't want to spoil the game. I'm too old. I don't have grind left in me. For those of you that do, it's fine. I'm not criticizing. It's just I don't have that anymore. The game has to be fun, otherwise I'm not going to do it. But the fact that I'm 200, nearly 250 hours of play into the game, and I've mostly been doing campaign in order to learn the game, and I'm still having fun with all of it, I think it is a real testament to how good Path of Exile 2 is. But for anyone that struggled at all, I hope that this build is really useful to you. It's Galvanic Shards, it's Herald of Thunder, it's Herald of Ash. If you're looking for support skills for Galvanic Shards, then add lightning damage, add reload speed, add attack speed, anything like that. But I really think that this is nowhere near optimized, but it got me through the campaign nice and comfortably, and I was enjoying it. If you think you can improve upon it, please come back and put something in the comments. As you can see, I'm about to die in this video, so I'm not perfect. It still needs improvement. If you're an expert in the game and you know what you're doing, then please stick in the comments any suggestions that you've got, because I would like to improve upon it. I feel that I'm now probably going to spend much of my time in endgame. I only discovered last night that endgame is actually shared across all of the builds that you get there. So I'm soon to have 2 mercenaries, 1 crossbow, 1 grenade, as well as a minion witch that I can use on all of the endgame maps. And I think that it's probably time that I start learning that part of it. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope it was useful. I hope it was interesting. Like I said, come back, comment if you've got any suggestions. If you know more than me, and a lot of you will, then please tell me how I can improve upon it. But it's a lot of fun. I really appreciate you watching. I'm Bifties. This is The Cave. Welcome to my exile. See you all next time.